Hey guys, welcome back to Puff It Louder. So, I may have splurged a little bit and bought something on Steam, but I'll let you guys figure out what it is with this. That's right, it's Hakuoki Kyoto wins! It's like the most fucking weeb trash thing I could find on Steam. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of excited. I've never played the games, but I have watched the anime once, like in middle school, which was years and years ago, so I don't know. Excited to try this out. From what I understand from this game, I think it's a remake of like the original PSP version or something like that, but it is a romance game. It's like an anime where you pick all these bachelors. You pick one and you go like, okay, who do I want to date? There's a lot of people here, so I don't know if you can date the bald guy. But it's about samurai, obviously, if you couldn't tell. There's like a lot of cool samurai peeps. I have to say, I feel like incredibly embarrassed to be playing this. I mean, at the same time, I'm really excited, but like if somebody came in right now and was like, what are you playing? I'd be like, just a dating game with like 20 or something bachelors. Like, what's going on? Is that who's evil? Like, who's good and who's evil in this? I don't know. Whatever. We're just gonna try it out. And this is by Idea Factory. If you don't know Idea Factory, I'm pretty sure they made Amnesia, Memories, and I think they also made Code Realize. I think that's it. But we're gonna start this out. So here we go. I'm gonna just keep the name Chizuru because I don't know. I don't want to spend like 500 years thinking of a name. So yeah, just keep Chizuru. And I don't know if it's voiced. I think it is. I think it's pretty similar to Oz Mafia. So we'll just wait. Prologue 1864 in December. Oh shit. It's supposed to be a drama too, I'm pretty sure. It's like a K-drama. So, well, it's Japanese, but you know what I mean. Oh, I guess the main character isn't voiced, so I guess I'll just voice her. It's gonna be so funny if the guys respond in Japanese and I'm just speaking English, like, sorry. So, this is Kyoto. Oh, whoops. How do I move forward? Okay, just... It's awfully impressive, no denying it. Even simple hellos between people passing in the street seemed warm and friendly. I don't want to skip read. Thank you. They nodded and smiled to one another, as if family and not strangers about on errands. Still, there was something else as well. Something making the city feel strangely cold. Almost as though if there was a great invisible wall, Great Wall of China, what? Oh no, shutting out anyone wandering from the country. I'm not sure if I belong here. No, that's all in my head. I walked quite some distance to reach Kyoto, and both my mind and body were exhausted. Even so, tiredness was no reason to meander and feel sorry for myself. I couldn't afford to. Excuse me. I hesitantly stopped a passerby. I'm sorry, I seem to be a bit lost. Could you... What am I supposed to do now? What the heck happened? Did I like black out? I was lost again, but in a different sort of way. I sighed and looked up at the darkening sky. The sun was beginning to set. People I'd spoken to showed me no unkindness, and they'd given me directions I needed, but was now really the best time to leave the city? Learning the person I'd hoped to visit had left town caused hope to seep from my crumbling resolve. Rep. The only person, besides father, I could rely on in the city. Who I could rely on? Okay, Dr. Matsumoto. Press down. Ah! Kodo Yukimura, a Dutch-educated doctor in service to the shogunate and the father of the protagonist. Oh, okay, this is my dad. He's been missing? Okay. Okay. And this is the other guy, who's a respected doctor. Okay. How do I get out of this? Hold on. I will figure this out. Dr. Matsumoto was a doctor serving in the shogunate. Shogunate? I don't know how to say it. If you guys know how to pronounce it, let me know. This is a military government run by samurai. Okay. Sounds good to me. I'd never met him myself, but my father put a great deal of trust in the man. He told me that if I ever ran into any trouble in his absence, I was to contact Dr. Matsumoto. Unfortunately, Dr. Matsumoto was out on business and would not return for some time, so I'm just by myself. Was I too hasty? Perhaps I should have waited. It is indeed rude to visit without warning, which is why I had sent a letter prior to my arrival, but it seems he had left before reading my letter. Perhaps I thought I should have waited for a reply before traveling into an unfamiliar city. But I can no longer spend time waiting idly for news. Oh shit. Oh god. And Chizuru. Is something wrong, Father? He paused for a moment and looked at me. Thanks for voicing it, finally. Is it for business again? He'd left the house often during that period. Sometimes for days at a time. How long will you be gone? Oh, it's so weird for him to be speaking Japanese to me. Whatever, I'm gonna just flow with it, you know? There was no hiding my disappointment. Nonetheless, I wasn't a child anymore. I couldn't beg him not to go, or some other foolishness. Yes, I'd be lonely, but I was much more worried for him. Please, Father, be careful. They say that the city of Kyoto is dangerous. He only smiled and nodded. Okay. Where my letter at? Where's the letter? I did not get a letter. Okay, you promise? No, he's not promising you. He just ditched your ass. Oh, or not. I guess he kept it. Father kept his promise. A new letter arrived so often I scarcely had the time to respond before another would arrive. He told me that he'd worried about me being home all by myself. Then the letters stopped. So he did lie to you. A whole month passed with no word. Yeah, that's terrifying. Oh my god, it's snowing. I've been standing in the same place for like 5 hours. Father. They said Kyoto is full of ronin. Samurai who've left their masters or have been stripped from their privileges. Yeah, yikes. It's not a safe place. Usually, a samurai is paid by their house. Okay, I need to know what a house means, apparently. The domain or clan a samurai serves. Okay. Ronin who report to no job often rob people in order to make ends meet. Jesus. Or report to no house. Did I say no job? Whoops. They're nothing more than violent criminals who hide behind the image of samurai. Such is the state of the city of Kyoto, the city of Ronin. Small wonder, then, that I worried for my father. My mind would concoct horrible possibilities, and I often found myself depressed and tense. First, I suppose I need to find a place to stay. Lost in thought, I didn't notice nightfall descend. I've been standing here. If I was honest with myself, I hadn't the faintest idea of how long searching for him would take. I'd bought a negligible sum of money with me, enough to last me a month if used wisely. Finding father in this window of time was a must. Otherwise, I would have to depend on Dr. Matsumoto returning in this time, or else I'd be forced to return home without a word. Well, at any rate, I should try and be as frugal as possible. I lengthened my stride and set off on my path. to nowhere. Fortunately for me, men's clothing assisted with keeping a quicker pace than women's. I'm wearing men's clothing? I mean, okay. Kyoto presented many dangers to a young girl hoping to explore the city without direction. My disguise, as such, proved successful, and I'd safely made it all the way to Kyoto. Okay, so you're dressed up as a dude to protect yourself from the creeps. Okay, makes sense. Such success went to my head and led me to believe I could explore Kyoto as I pleased. But Kyoto is not a safe place. I should have remembered that. I cannot speak! Oh my god, what's wrong with me? Okay, whew. Instead, I had somehow convinced myself that the city's hidden dangers didn't apply to me. Oh no, hey kid! I was about to discover otherwise. Oh god. I spun around. In the street in front of me were 3 Ronin. I see one, so okay. Can I help you? I did my best to keep my voice calm, reaching nonchalantly for my kodachi. It's a short katana. Okay. That's cool. He's creepy. My father encouraged me to take sword lessons. I'd kept with them, and I did rather well. I was confident enough in defending myself. I think I should try to sound more masculine if I'm pretending to be a guy. Okay, whatever. It's fine. However, perhaps my overconfidence in myself is what served the situation at hand to me. I'd messed up and let my guard down. My fault. There was a chance I could take them on, but there were 3 of them and 1 of me. Oh, I guess I know your name now, Ichiro. Only then did I realize they were far more interested in my sword than they were me. Who's Jiro? Saburo? But this is... The sword wasn't just some blade I picked up. It was a family heirloom spanning generations. There's no way I could give it to the Ronin. Though, I had a feeling they wouldn't understand. In such a situation, the best decision was undoubtedly to retreat. Run away! I turned and ran as fast as my legs could carry me. No way in hell! Oh my god, I'm in an alleyway. Gosh, they sure don't give up easily, do they? I feel like I have been running for quite a while, but I could still hear the Ronin cursing loudly. This is reminding me of Oz Mafia, where you're just running away from Caesar salad, but whatever. I ducked into an alley, flattening against the wall. After deciding they weren't too close, I crept further into the alley. Someone left a couple sheets of wood leaning against one of the houses, a perfect hiding spot. What luck, I thought, kneeling down under them. This is my way to escape this mess. Huh? I was listening for sounds intently. A suspicious calm entered my mind. I expected to hear Ronin yelling to each other, looking for me, but seconds turned to minutes. I heard nothing. I was about to sneak out and have a look when... What? What the fuck? My plan to investigate was immediately halted. Remaining silent and hidden was more important. Still. Oh. It was then that true fear began to set in. There was something dangerous out there. Something quite possibly lethal. My imagination conjured up no shortage of gruesome theories. Just look a little, Even so, I could feel an itch of curiosity. I want to know what was out there. Carefully, I peeked around the corner's edge. Oh, Jesus! The cold reflection of the moonlight upon a blade glared at me, and my eyes followed it to the arm that held it, clad in a coat of light blue. Had this person saved me? But no slower than it appeared, my hope vanished. Ew! I heard the Ronin stumbling to beg for his life. The person in the blue cloak said nothing, just stepped forward, his sword raised. Okay, this is like rated R, guys. I wasn't expecting this. Who's this psychotic person? You're worse than Caesar. A high screeching laugh cut the man's scream. Okay, that's enough. That is not necessary. The blade fell through the air like a butcher's knife rather than a sword. No skill, just death. The scream turned wet, caught, and disappeared like air, leaving half-empty bellows. My eyes went wide. I had just witnessed a murder. Alright, guys, this... if you're not about this life, just exit out of everything. Just throw the whole computer away. Throw your phone away. Okay. Any strength I had received vanished quickly. My legs gave way and I crumbled to the ground. My eyes widened like busted shells. Who uses that terminology? Like big old walnuts. Like what? Okay, you're still doing it? He died with the first blow, but as I watched, the blades fell, carving lines into the corpse, because this guy's psychotic. A soft slip of the blade through flesh, the silent creep of blood across ground. I felt nothing from them but madness. Their only desire was raw, animalistic violence. Whatever they were, it wasn't human. They were broken. I could feel my throat clench tightly, and a warm, dark smell brushed against my face. I slowly recognized the coppery tang of blood. I have blood all over my face now, too! An icy bolt of fear ran down my spine, crawling into my limbs and freezing me in place. I was terrified. Yeah, I'm terrified for you. What was I going to do? What could I do? You have to run, Chizuru. I forced my jaw open and drew a ragged breath. It was not ragged, it was more like a wheeze, but this is the only chance I'd get. I had to... My body, still numb with fear, was unresponsive. I lurched sideways against the stacked wood, and with a rough clatter, it collapsed. Ah! Oh, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with these things? The creatures turned, coats drenched in blood. Their eyes locked with mine and bore into me. This is like, I should have played this on Halloween. I don't know what's going on. Hideous grins split their inhuman faces, shaking with excitement and prey to the slaughter. I had to run. I couldn't die yet, but my legs refused to move. Their hideous cackling laughter echoed. I was going to die. My body was frozen with terror. I couldn't even scream. We understand, Chizuru, that you're freaking out. This is it. This is the end. What? Okay. I could feel... Oh, whoops. I totally missed that last one, but it was blood on my face, and I could feel it, warm and sticky. Bile began to rise in my throat. Ew. But before disgust took hold, I heard a voice. Oh, Bachelor number 1! I think. The words suggested disappointment, but the voice sounded happy. So this is Bachelor number 1. As he spoke, the strange man smiled, as almost as if he was enjoying himself. Here's the second one. This is the one that I remember from the anime, just because I think he was like my aesthetic at the time, back in middle school or whatever. So then I like drew a picture of him and stuff. Maybe I'll post it. We'll see. But okay, you guys are also in blue coats. Oh, whoops! Sorry, I skipped your line, dude. He laughed. The man called Saito sighed with the air of a long-suffering companion and looked at me. Hello. Kid! You are rude ass. His tone was light, but it confirmed my fears. I may have escaped the schemes of the Ronin, but I was ensnared by something much darker. Okay. Huh? Then who was in charge of these two? Their conversation led me to believe they were part of an organization. As I thought about it, I recalled hearing about men with blue coats. My thoughts were interrupted by a dark shape sliding into view. Oh, Jesus. Bachelor number 3. The cool-looking, purple-eyed dude. Oh. I swallowed hard. The moonlight shone off of his smooth, dark hair. Pantene commercial right here. For reasons I couldn't fathom, in that moment the light on his hair made me think of the wistfulness of flower petals. It was almost as if the cherry trees were blooming out of season. Alright, you're dorky. Yeah, it's not. I have blood all over my face. His voice was cold and quiet, like a blade of ice. Blue-white moonlight lit his slender face and shone from the blade pointed at my chest. You're gonna kill me now? But it wasn't the sword making my breath catch. It was his eyes. Oh, they were beautiful. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my god. I just thought of like the dorkiest pickup line where it's like, you know, the stars are beautiful tonight, but so are your eyes. Like, okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. They were fierce and hard, but somewhere beneath them, or behind them, somewhere, I could catch a glimpse of something else. Like his brain? There could be no doubt that he was prepared to kill me, and yet he looked troubled. Not kindness, but perhaps mercy? Do you think I can run? I just walked into like a huge wooden plank. It fell down. I got blood splattered on my face twice now. Ugh, whatever. I nodded. There was no doubt he meant every word he said. He stared at me for a moment, then grimaced and put his sword away, sighing. I thought you were gonna kill me. What? I was too surprised to stop myself from speaking, and it quickly became apparent that I wasn't the only one.
あれ? いいんですか、土方さん。この子、さっきの見ちゃったんですよ。
As he spoke to the man called Hijikata, his eyes narrowed. The man called Hijikata frowned back at him. That seems like a lot of words for the word shut up, but... Okay. It was clear enough that what I'd seen was something they wanted to keep hidden. The more they said, the more I got it, and it was clear none of us wanted such a thing.
この子を生かしておいても厄介なことにしかならないと思いますけどね。
The way he looked at me made me feel like as if he read my mind. Thanks, man. Okay. Then he looked down at the creature he had killed, as if he had forgotten the whole ordeal. He peered down at the corpse, his face an emotionless mask. When he looked back up at his companions, however, his eyes narrowed.
Hey, 伏せるも何もこの体服を着てる時点でバレバレだと思いますけど。I don't know what's going on.
He was right. Even I had heard stories about a gang of cruel men in blue coats who cut people down in the streets, but I didn't know how to confront the dilemma of pretending I didn't see any of these horrors. My mind swirled through a pool of worries and thoughts, almost as if I was being drawn into their world. A world where there's nothing strange in carrying on a normal conversation in the dead of night with corpses for company. Hijikata thought for a moment before he spoke. Well, I'm gonna stop here. Hold on. There must be a way I can stop, right? I don't know how to stop. Nope, that's not it. No, that's not it. Well, whatever. I'm gonna stop here and we're gonna continue forward with this nonsense on the next episode. I'm sorry, I did not realize it was this freaky, so I sincerely apologize to anyone who was so as surprised as I was that it was kind of gory, so yeah, sorry about that. Next episode, hopefully it won't be bloody and freaky.